Oh, hello. Oh, fuck. It's StuffSucks. Well, we hope you've had a better week than we have, because the last one has been rife with horror.
Yeah, it's been horrible.
And for all we know, we're at war with Russia by now, or ISIS, or North Korea, or maybe another planet. Why not?
Or possibly Scotland, if they're a new country by now.
Yeah.
And we've declared war on them.
I might actually nip up there.
To Scotland?
Dad's Scottish, I might go and live up there.
But you'd leave us for Scotland?
But if I get a Scottish passport, yeah, because I bet it's going to look cool and old school.
That sucks. Well, you can get a Scottish passport and still live in England.
I guess, but they'd never trust me again.
They don't trust you now.
I know. Oh, hi. Yeah, Stuff Sucks. I'm Jim.
I'm Jan.
I'm Alf.
I'm Dan.
I'm Dave.
And this week, well, awful things.
Awful things.
Things from the pit of horrors.
I'm just quickly going to say that I know you've discussed these things, but I too feel that it sucks that Robin Williams died and that Richard Attenborough died. Okay, we can carry on.
Well, let's do a brief breakdown of the top 10 dead this week. We've just lost the guy who played Jaws.
Yeah, Richard Keitel.
You dead?
Yeah,
That's pretty rubbish, man.
Ian Paisley, Irish political firebrand.
He dead?
He did.
Donald Sinden, actor, and bumbly guy. He had a bumbly line of acting.
He dead?
He dead.
Joan Rivers. She dead.
Joan River dead.
She dead.
Wow, she did.
She dead.
People are dying.
People we know.
What?
Well, it's not so bad when people we don't know die. We
Well,
don't
it's
even
still quite
care.
bad.
Well, we don't know that they died.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that sucks.
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Everyone's dying this year.
Alright, fucking hell, it doesn't suck that much. Like, stuff sucks, but fucking hell.
Have you died this week? Did it suck? Right in.
Oh. Do you know what I think sucks?
What?
The Phones For You advert, or whatever phone company it is, where they say this phone will be good in a couple of years, I'll show you, and they go out back into a DeLorean.
Yes.
And while initially you might think that's cool, they're going back, they're going into the future in a DeLorean, they travel down an alleyway at a building, hit 88 miles an hour, and then end up in Hill Valley. It's like, well, if you've gone to all this trouble to get a decent looking DeLorean, and even have the correct outer time number plate on the back of it, and not the shoddy BKG FTR one that they stick on all the new stuff. But then you mix up the continuity by not having the DeLorean smash into a wall instantly in the future.
Oh, wait, I thought that wasn't the gig when... I thought, isn't there
The
ones where they
DeLorean
can...
travels through time, not space.
Yeah.
I thought it could once it flew, though. I thought that
No.
was...
No, you have to get to a bit that will be not have anything in the future.
Or
Travel
past.
into the future. Or
But he
past.
didn't he do that? Didn't he go fly in it? I mean, obviously they've still
They
not done that in the
rise
advert, but
up
didn't he
above
fly up
Marty McFly's street
and then
and
disappears?
then disappears. And in the future, that's a highway. A
That's-
highway in the air.
Yeah.
So he just joined into the highway in the air with the flying car. That's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that advert is a massive pisser.
Do you know what is a real shit advert?
Yeah. Oh, fuck
me.
No.
Yeah, Dan
This one makes me fucking
Yeah,
livid.
mate. Like, that's not cool, man.
Harvey fucking Keitel said, was it insurance? I don't even know what it is. I think it's insurance. It just angers me.
Harvey Keitel Southern Insurance.
Yeah, as the wolf.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. That's even worse than just Harvey Keitel.
Sorting out problems the wolf style for your insurance.
But he's actually nice. It starts out, he looks a bit angry and stuff, but he's actually nice.
Like,
It's well not cool.
I would just rather give him money personally so he wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Like,
You sound really depressed.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, that's how I felt. It was just like, wow, nah, do you really need the money that badly? Like, what the fuck?
when I first watched it, the first 15 seconds, I was like, well, they've hired a really shit Harvey Keitel impersonator to do this. That's quite depressing. And then, oh no, that is Harvey Keitel. And I just had this sadness right in my soul, and it hurt a long time, and I'm still a little bit angry.
Who's the woman from Mad Men who is of the red hair?
Christina Hendricks.
Yeah, she's doing adverts for Sheba cat food.
Yeah, well, that doesn't
That's
really
a weird one.
Well, she didn't have a long and illustrious career as Harvey Keitel. She
That's
just
so-
has massive bangers.
I'm not. So it's Keitel.
Simon Pegg and Sean Bean hawking O2 at the moment as well.
Oh God.
Ugh. Iggy Pop selling
Oh,
insurance.
Iggy. Fucking John Linden selling butter.
I don't mind that as much because he wasn't really selling it. He was just being John Linden.
He was getting paid by
Yeah,
butter.
I mean, I can understand it because he does need the money because he doesn't really have a lot going on or much discernible talent or skill outside of punk, and even then, it's debatable. But Harvey Keitel, I mean, come on.
Yeah, but even Spacey's doing adverts.
Do you remember a couple of years ago, just after Hugo Weaving came out and said, fuck Michael Bay, it's just a paycheck job, I don't really like it, yada yada yada, fuck the corporations. And then he did a medical insurance advert as a lot of Agent Smiths.
Oh yeah.
Weak.
Don't do adverts. It belittles you.
I'd rather do a charity appeal and just say, look, I need to fill up my swimming pool full of cocaine. Can you just give me some money, please? Rather than shill insurance. Because I'd feel better about that.
Buy duct tape, by the way.
It's like when I give money to homeless people. I much prefer it when they come up and be honest. Last time I gave money to him, like the other week, I was outside Liverpool Street having a cigarette, and this homeless guy up to me. It's like, look, sorry to trouble you. I'm just going to be honest here. Can I have some money to buy some heroin? And I was like, all right. I mean, no bullshit there. Okay, here's some spare change.
Respected his honesty.
Yeah, well, I like that.
How much spare change do you give him?
Around 75p, possibly a pound.
Could you buy 75p's worth of heroin?
Well, I guess he found out. And I didn't see him afterwards.
And at least he'll probably have mugged one less person.
Yeah, I mean, prevented crime, caused another, but, you know,
I
all
saw
good.
a dude in New York who had a sign that said that ninjas had killed his children and wife and that he needed money for training. And I hope it was true.
Hey, do you mean training up to become a savage?
Oh, nice segue. Horrible film.
Yeah, I don't know if I should put this in StuffSucks because I really like it, but it is one of the worst films ever made. Savage from 1996.
It could have been from 86 or 76 and it still would have looked past its time.
I've only ever seen the trailer.
They used a really well dodged like fucking camera stock for it. That's my biggest complaint.
It was probably one of the first films to start using cameras.
In 1996.
It's probably the early digital stuff. A guy's wife and kids are killed, and he gets given the powers of a primordial savage by magic laser ghosts from the future, and he spends the whole film jumping through the air off a trampoline and doing lots of open hand attacks.
Like a savage.
Like a savage would.
It's got its moments, to be fair.
He could jump like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
He could. He was quick.
Shitty films. Anybody like any specifically shitty films?
Last Lives, starring Judge Reinhold.
I generally like shitty films. I've said this before. How do you know that a good film's really good unless you've seen plenty of shit films?
Yeah.
I think it's important to see shit films just to keep your perspective of what's good.
Sharpen the mind.
I don't know. In some ways, I kind of prefer a shit film to a middle of the road film.
Yeah, because it's more fun to abuse it.
Not even that. I just like shit things.
What else was shit? Oh, we watched Twilight the other night, didn't we?
The Riff Tracks version.
Yeah, it was the only way to make it bearable. Your ass is dinging.
Don't worry about that.
Okay. We
Yeah.
got that checked out though.
It wasn't bearable even with that.
I quite enjoyed the
But
Riff
I
Tracks.
didn't watch the whole thing. But you guys
No, I
did
was
something
emotionally
to me.
invested.
Yeah.
Right, so I need closure on it.
Yeah.
I've never seen either version.
You know what? You're missing out.
Oh, is it Bannigan?
Bannigan.
The Adam West thing.
Oh, Lookwell.
Look well. That was amazing.
He wasn't
I mean-
Bennigan, that was the guy with the sheepdog.
He was the guy with the sheep.
Oh, he was, yeah.
What's the Bruce Campbell one? The real time one.
Running Time.
Running Time. Yeah, that was amazingly bad.
That was amazingly bad.
Because like every time he turned the corner, he would like teleport like halfway across the city near enough.
Mm-hmm.
Usually into someone's house somehow.
I was trying to give the impression that it was one continuous shot for the whole film, but because it was not filmed in one continuous shot, and yeah, there were some quite clearly edited points where he would run at a 90-degree angle to the camera, and the world would spin, and that you knew there'd been a big cut.
Is he good though? Or...
Bruce,
Yeah.
it's always good.
It's fucking Bruce.
Virus, Jamie Lee Curtis.
My God, yeah, I remember that.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's quite funny though. Little machinations of technology that
Who's the
come alive and try and
Who's the evil captain that hams it up to fuck?
oh god, I don't know.
Oh God, it's someone
a long
awesome.
time ago.
It's someone awesome, and they end up sort of invaded by the robot, and at the end they're all like,
It's almost like the Thing, isn't it? Because it kind of grows out from the central kind of area where they're all kind of...
Yeah, and they're running around the ship,
Expanding.
sealing areas off, and electric tentacles are coming to get them and stuff. Yeah. Oh, God, that's Donald Sutherland, and he's doing a whole sort of
course.
pirate thing.
yeah. That's pretty bad.
So, what sucks, Dave?
Quite a lot of politics sucks.
Politics suck.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's so widespread.
It's gotten everywhere.
It's terrible.
But it's alright, because corporations are about to wipe politics out. It's going to be okay.
Unless the corporations don't give you the illusion of freedom.
At least they're honest, sort of. Any specific politics?
Yeah, I guess. NATO.
NATO sucks.
Yeah.
What's wrong with NATO?
You sound so sure of yourself.
I don't know all the facts.
They're up to something at the
It's the
moment.
first thing you lose, isn't it? It's the facts.
Make some
What
stuff up.
instinctively feels wrong.
Yeah, man, just wing it, man. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Just speak with confidence about what things that you're not sure of.
What I think sucks about NATO
Have a
is
go
their
at
policy
politics. Have a go at politics
of
now.
using children as body armour. I just think it's despicable.
Who's doing that?
NATO
But,
using children as body armour.
well, like, duct taping themselves with children all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the front of the tanks.
They're also really inaccurate.
The-
The children.
They can't fight for shit.
Mm.
They always keep trying to move out of the way of the bullets. It's like that's not what they're there for.
Well, duct tape.
More duct tape. Yeah, that's what sucks about NATO.
They haven't got enough duct tape.
Well, they use children as human shields.
Oh, yeah.
Is-
Event ineffectively.
Is this of a trueness?
No, we were making stuff up about NATO.
No, I meant, like, are they actually using kids as human shields? But
Not
yeah,
to
that
my
would
knowledge.
be bad.
Apparently, the
I was hoping it was
Palestinians
so
are-
outrageously
No,
untrue that
apparently not.
everyone would be aware of it.
It's
Anything.
another apparently.
Apparently the Palestinians are, but when like you fire rockets into a very confined area, you're going to hit kids. So
Well,
Especially when the average age is 17.
you shoot a rocket into a fridge. That's not necessarily going to kill a lot of kids.
I've got loads of kids in my fridge. Nothing weird. They're just like, I can't get rid of
we're
them.
just chilling.
Yeah. Oh, fuck! Kids have got to hang out somewhere. You're not allowed to hang out front of Spars anymore.
Out front of Spars.
Yeah.
Specifically Spars.
Yeah, actually.
What, kids or everyone?
I don't know. We should go and hang outside a Spar and see if they try and get rid of us.
Okay.
If we play dice,
Oh, fuck! Down,
keep our own book and play cribbage.
down the side alley next to the Spar.
Yeah,
Yeah. Run a book. Yeah.
we keep a book with our scoring, and it'll look like we're gambling, but really we're just playing Yahtzee.
For human souls.
I would never bet my soul in a game of Yahtzee. This dice are too fickle.
I won Simon's soul in a game of Top Trumps.
You won Carlos's soul in a game of Top Trumps.
Carlos, yeah. Though he won it back, but he owes me a steak and kidney pie.
I was thinking kidney pie
That doesn't
rather
sound
than
like he
steak
won
and
it
pudding.
back. That sounds like he exchanged it back for a steak and kidney pie.
It was a rather complicated arrangement. He really, really wanted his soul back.
Did he?
Mm.
It's amazing when the panic sets in when you sell something like that.
Mm.
I once obtained my brother and his best friend's souls through trickery and kept them in a Coke can in my cupboard, and then my mum took the Coke can away.
What does that mean?
Well, that their soul is in a recycling centre somewhere.
Could be.
Cool.
It's probably been transferred into other cans by now.
Do you have my soul? Because I remember giving it away at job fair in college.
I do have your
You
song.
do. That explains a lot, actually.
Yeah. We went to recruit people to be homeless. Set up our own desk. We were asked to leave.
Wait.
Mm.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's a shame, but we got a few signatories.
Yeah, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
If they were signing to be homeless and not secretly signing your sole ownership documents.
They were signing both.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like a career in homelessness. That's what we were advertising.
Just give me a form, I'll end up signing it. Like you were reading it.
Handing out boxes. You go.
I don't know, it kind of
You
goes
home
against
now.
us. We wouldn't be really that homeless if you live in a box and called that home.
You did get a scabby dog, though.
Yeah, we could give out dogs.
And a map of likely spots to sleep around the city.
Yeah.
We should start breaking into rich oligarchs' homes in the centre of London, because no one's living in them.
No one.
No.
Could we squat?
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that it's not like squatting in a building that isn't owned by a Russian oligarch. They probably just kill you if they find you, don't they?
Yeah, they probably don't kill you, but they probably just send some really aggro Russian dudes start around and you.
Yeah.
You disappeared for a long time. You wake up in Minsk.
I stayed
Ooh,
in a
Fairly
lovely
sure
squat
they have military.
after Glastonbury purely by chance.
Really?
It was amazing
Where was this squat?
in Bristol.
Was it in a nice house?
It was in. It's like an old youth parole office or something. So it's got like proper bedrooms and stuff in there. So I got to sleep on a proper bed with a duvet and a pillow. It was nice. It was a proper night's sleep after having spent like nearly a month in a field.
Was it one from the 70s though? Because then you're probably going to have to deal with the ghosts of dead kids.
No, it was more modern than that. Yeah, it was all had a proper nice kitted out industrial kitchen and stuff. In the morning I got proper fresh coffee. That's amazing. That was lovely. They were lovely. It was beautiful.
Would you rather be haunted by an adult
Sorry, that
ghost
didn't
or a
suck at all.
child ghost?
An adult or a child ghost?
Yeah.
Ooh, are they like a phantom? Are they a poltergeist?
Are they Japanese?
They're
Adult
completely
full stop.
non-corporeal.
Adult full stop. No,
Yeah.
I'd have a child ghost over an adult ghost unless it's a Japanese child ghost, and then I don't want a Japanese child ghost
Yeah.
for definite.
Do you
There
want-
might be other nationalities that I'm not cool, and I might be racist towards child ghosts. But to be honest with you, I don't care.
It's all those J-horror films.
Yeah. Man, there's just something extra creepy when they're Japanese now because of the sort of
The Grudge
media
and
that
The
we've
Ring,
been,
yeah.
that we've been shown. They're just going to be creepier. Sorry, I don't feel that Japanese kids are creepier, just Japanese ghost kids.
I don't specify racial preferences amongst the living.
What you know else is scary ghost kids? Spanish ghost kids.
Nah, they're
Guillermo
not
del
scary.
Devil's Backbone.
Mate,
The
they're just
Orphan.
not as scary.
The
They're just
Orphan, that one
not.
with the bag on his head.
It's
And like
just-
that.
Yeah, but that could be any nationality, surely.
Could it?
Well, if it's got a bag on its head, yeah. Stuff sucks. Deal with it. But yeah, no.
I definitely prefer an adult ghost, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
It depends if it's a nice kid. Because if it's a fucked up kid ghost, those things will just ruin your life.
Well, more temperamental anyway, aren't they?
I'd assume there was more reasoning with an adult ghost.
Again, maybe.
I've got a thing that
Potential
looks
to
like
evolve,
a
but-
Ghostbusters device, so that would be more useful against an adult ghost who's more likely to have been alive in a region where Ghostbusters existed.
Well, also, like, though, what about, like, if they get too old, that can get equally bad?
Like a super old ghost.
Yeah, like it was an old person that died that is now a ghost, like a proper, like, crone or haggard old man. Like, either or.
Having to like clean up after like.
Oh man, there's ghost shit everywhere.
Ectoplasm all over the place as a consequence of their incontinence.
Didn't we talk about something like... Within the last StuffSucks we were talking about getting hold of an old Victorian ghost and making them watch Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
To put the frighteners up them or something. I
Yeah.
can't remember what that was about.
No, I can't remember.
Wait,
what
you
that
want to put the frighteners up them? Isn't that a film?
It's a, yes, but that's also an old phrase. Or is it
Ah.
put the frighteners on them,
I think it's to put you put frighteners on something.
not up them?
You never insert frighteners.
Oh god.
You
Not
can't
never.
cover the vents.
Well, you shouldn't. It says on the side. Do not insert. What are we talking about? Frighteners. It's like the willies Hold with me.
That
That's
work.
an old phrase. It's like, yeah, he put the willies up me, which I think it's a phrase from before the time willies meant genitals. If there ever was such a time.
Do you know that apparently in Scotland windows are known as Wendy's?
So they're called greenhouses, Wendy houses.
I don't know if they go that far. And also, green isn't window house.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
greenhouse. It is a house made of windows,
It's a house,
but it's
clearly.
called a greenhouse. So they wouldn't necessarily translate that into Wendy house,
All right.
because a window house would be translated into a Wendy
A
house.
conservatory then. That
Do
is,
they call a Wendy house a window house? So that's
that would be very confusing.
yeah.
In Wales, they call a microwave a pipty pong.
A pipty pong. Hey, put that pie in the pipty pong.
Yeah, but they'd say the rest of the sentence in Welsh too.
Wait, that's Welsh for microwave, is pipty pong.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing. Do you know what ping pong is in Chinese? It's pingy pongy. It's just fantastic. That doesn't suck in the slightest, but I just felt like sharing.
Yeah, back to things that suck. Jim, what sucks?
Have I already done what? Yeah, let's do some more. Oh, what else sucks?
Wait, Scouse Dave is a bottomless pit of all things cynical. Let's see
Apparently
if-
so, but considering the last thing he thought this was NATO and he couldn't think why.
I want to give him another shot at this.
Okay.
What else sucks, man?
Fox News.
Wow, that's an easy target.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big
Yeah.
one, but fair play.
Do you suck though?
Yeah,
do
they're
suck.
awful.
Does it get mentioned enough?
I don't know. Fuck it.
We might have mentioned it once or twice. It's hard to
Probably
avoid
usually
Fox News.
specific things about them, not just them as a whole, which is
Mm.
nice. Yeah, them as a whole does suck.
They are a
It's
whole.
complete lack of awareness that we can't see how much they suck.
Oh, I think they know.
Oh,
I think they know exactly what they're doing.
Not individually, I don't think they do.
You know what I reckon?
Just cream in a crop.
They rise to the top. They never eat a pig because a pig's a cop. Like, you know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, play your ass like Sega. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
They came to get down.
House of Pain. Podrick. And the other fella.
Oh, that's yeah.
Oh, like no.
Apparently, Bran and Hodor not going to be in the next season of Game of Thrones.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
But it's a
you're
shame
familiar
because
with the books. Yeah.
Spoilers.
I won't get any Hodor.
Well, actually, it doesn't make
season.
sense, but it makes as much sense as what's happened already. So
It's true that they kind of have reached the end of that story arc in the TV show, whereas we've got like 2 more books to make into TV show before they get there.
yeah, but they weren't in
be
book 5. Like they weren't in the series they've just been in.
True that.
So they've just switched it round, which is fine.
I guess. We'll see.
Well, it's because like those 2 books, all that shit happens together. Like,
different perspectives.
yeah,
Did I tell you about those other fan theories?
no,
Would you like to know them?
I would.
You're gonna know it. Right, everyone.
Was this from Cracked?
It was.
Yeah, some of them were pretty good. The last one was like
I think there's
The most
2 of
one.
them interesting. Everyone knows like the whole Jon Snow might be a Targaryen and Stark or whatever. Yeah, but the other one is like Bolton Ramsay. Roose. That's it. Ramsay's the bastard. Might be a vampire.
What?
This
Yeah.
is exactly what I said. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Like, don't get me wrong, it's a totally magical world and things are possible, but I don't think he's a vampire.
Why?
Well, because I just don't think vampires exist in that universe.
not necessarily a vampire, just undead.
That, you know, alright, some kind of weird magicalness about him in some discrete way, but
Yeah, just because
drinks blood and can't go out in dead sunlight.
No, just-
I
No,
don't
no,
reckon.
that-
It's
Well,
just
he's
the
obviously-
undead kind
yeah.
of thing. Because he's always described as having like cold dead eyes, cold skin, and everything. Looking a
A
bit
face.
corpsey.
face that doesn't move much in the books, and he has a flayed man on his flag, and he has no family tree.
Yeah, the Roose family, the Bolton family tree is a bit, sparse at best.
And the theory was that he's actually the son of the Night King, and he's been engaged in like a 800-year-old war with the Starks, which is interesting.
It's interesting, but I also don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I like it.
That
The,
sucks, so well done.
the other
It's
one,
What's the
my
next one?
vision.
the other one, which I also think is cool, but you're going to hate, is that Varys is actually a Merling.
Varys is a merling, and what's a merling?
You know, like
Like a merman.
yeah.
He's a merman.
Yeah.
A Mormon.
But haven't we
No, they
already
didn't.
ascertained that he had his junk cut off?
Yeah, but why would that make a difference?
Well, because surely he's like wouldn't
It
have
would
been
have
a
gone,
little
oh my
boy
god, it's a merling.
when he got his junk cut off. He
Yeah.
would have been in the sea,
He didn't. What? He might have come on land when he was a baby.
right? And that means that he like doesn't. What happens to a merman when he comes a merling when he comes onto the sea?
Have you not seen The Little Mermaid? They get legs when they're on
But
land.
only when
They
the
only get
octopus
the legs
lady
off the
casts a
octopus
spell.
witch.
That's just invented by Disney.
That's just the normal thing that people do. They
I'm
just
sure
walk
he's been
on
described
land.
as wearing boots in the by Arya in the first book.
Yeah.
Well, he's got feet then.
Yeah.
I need a sea witch to make this journey complete.
When sea witches, I don't know, but like classically, mer people coming on land get legs.
But why? Okay, but why? What's the things that
Yeah,
make
exactly.
This, yeah,
Is that
what's the
why?
evidence?
Why
for
does
this?
it help?
No. What's the
Yeah,
evidence?
yeah.
What's
There's a
the
couple of
thing?
bits of like things like stuff from the books more, but there's like bits of weird dialogue they get in the TV show, like where Tyrion's like, "Oh, if you do something, then I'm going to throw you in the sea," and he kind of gives him a funny look and goes, "I think I'll be very disappointed by that."
Right.
There's all of the little bits of thing. We'll probably link to the Cracked article on this. They have more facts than I can remember, but it's an interesting idea.
It certainly sounds like an interesting idea, and I will definitely look this up. What was the number one?
Jon Snow being a Targaryen.
Alright,
Yeah,
okay,
So that's
fair enough.
yeah, that makes sense.
Quick thing that sucks.
Oh, that chicken Caesar wrap I got from whatever. What is that shop called?
It's not Spar anymore. It's called something like
Oh, that's why we were allowed to hang outside it.
yeah. It's called something like food
Shit
and
shop.
drink, eat. Yeah,
Yeah,
Food and drink, eat.
it's got like a lame name, like buy things you eat
Oh.
or something.
God,
I
it
think
tasted like Caesar's balls. Don't buy it, man. It's fucking horrible.
The original Caesar or like Sid or
The original, not Caesar Romero. Not
Because
that.
his balls were delicious.
Oh, they were. A lot of makeup on them though. I mean, he committed to the role of the Joker.
they had a moustache under the makeup. Very weird.
The costumes are my favourite thing from Adam West Batman, along with the entirety of Adam West Batman. Alfred's disguise, that was pretty amazing. Fooled me, didn't know it was him.
Does it a lot in the comics as well.
Or
What is
wears
it?
a domino mask under his glasses. Do you know what I think sucks?
What?
The incredibly rapid speed that my toenails grow.
How fast?
Well, I just feel like I've just cut them and they're already too long to be comfortable.
Do they grow, for instance, say like a million a day?
Quite possibly. I don't know how fast they grow, and I don't know if the real problem is that I think that it sucks that my toenails grow too fast, or that I think that my short-term memory is so bad that I forget that it's been a long time since I cut my toenails.
What if your feet are shrinking?
I've got enormous feet.
You'd
so
think you'd notice that
that'll
by
be
now.
fine.
Yeah, what if that's it? What if your toenails aren't growing? Your feet are shrinking around them. Or maybe just your toes, which would be especially horrific.
I'm all for it. That's fine.
Hmm.
I'll deal with it. Worst things happen at sea.
Do they?
Apparently
Shit
so.
happens.
Yeah, they do say
Yeah,
that,
but-
but I don't know. Yeah.
A giant octopus would be bad, but
If it was sea, it would be worse.
that's
'Cause
what
it would be in its natural territory. Like a giant octopus attacks you on the land, it's probably a bit better than if it attacks you on the sea.
I don't know. See, I'd expect it at sea. I wouldn't expect it at land.
Yeah, but you'd be more prepared to defend yourself, I think, being in your natural environment.
I don't know. I think it might take me by surprise. I want to fight the octopus where it lives.
If you were on fire, it might be slightly better at sea. Unless you were on a boat, in which case you'd just be on fire in the middle of nowhere without people trying to put out the fire. But if you were just in the sea and on fire, it would be difficult to comprehend being so wet, but
God,
I don't know if it would be any worse.
The sea sucks.
Yeah. Just think of any worst thing that can happen to you on the land, and it's probably at least a tiny bit worse from being at sea, even if it's just because you were slightly damp and uncomfortable.
Hmm.
Your boat can't move because you're on land. It wouldn't be worse at sea.
Well done.
Mm.
There you go.
Unless you got one of them land boats.
It's a primitive land boat.
He's reprogrammed it to run on neutrinos.
It has indeed.
Oh, that's a thing. By the time this comes out, it'd be like 2 weeks ago. Then he pictures the Batmobile came out after they got leaked, so Warner Brothers tried to get their shit together. And I'm not very impressed.
I've not seen it yet.
It looks a bit Kryptonian, from the last film. So, like, I reckon Batman's going to be kind of like Superman.
Well, he's using his shit.
It looks like the Tumbler kind of, but a bit more like a dragonfly. The fucker definitely turns into a flying vehicle, and it sort of pops its hood open, like, not DeLorean style, like the front sort of opens up and goes into two separate leaves. I think Batman's going to shoot out of it. And it's got a fucking giant gun on the front.
Batman doesn't like guns.
Like a huge sentry gun with two giant machine guns on.
Does it shoot candy?
He doesn't like guns, but if he's fighting Superman, he can shoot him.
Yeah, but
Afraid of guns and death.
But he can shoot Superman just to keep him busy.
he doesn't know that yet. If he turns up and just starts randomly shooting at Superman...
But you don't know that he automatically has that vehicle at the start of the film.
Oh, of course he will.
How do you know?
Because he's old Batman.
But you've not seen it yet.
I know exactly what's going to happen. He's going to pull up and start blowing the shit out of him. I'm going to stand up and go, oh no, and throw my drink down. Is it because I said blow the shit out of him? Zack Snyder, nothing would surprise me. Who else needs to suck something?
Yeah, pointing at me there.
It's a horrific mental image.
We've all seen Rule 34.
Just for a
so.
sense of continuity, David Cameron.
David Cameron, I would declare as sucking.
Yeah, he's a tit. He's actually, to be fair to him, like, he's really good at avoiding answering questions and just barking crap back at people. Like, he's really good at it. Like, he'll do it and you don't really notice. And then you're like, hang on. He totally avoided that shit and just spit a load of bollocks. But it's too late. It's moved on. So, well done for that.
You know, he was in a car accident when he was a kid and he had his face surgically replaced with a cushion.
That makes sense.
I heard it was Play-Doh.
Could have upgraded by now. Anything specific about him?
He
Just
looks half melted.
Well, yeah, it probably isn't his decision. He's probably been told what to say.
Yeah, he is just a face, I guess.
Rothschilds.
Outfit?
Something that sucks. The end of the British summer.
Oh.
That sucks.
Yeah, but autumn's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's cool, doesn't mean it doesn't suck.
And then there's all of winter to enjoy.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, and then summer will be back round again. But it doesn't change the fact that the end of summer kind of sucks.
And that's the fact the seasons keep coming round. We never get any new ones.
Oh, that'd be
It's the
ace. Could
same
you imagine
four
a new
seasons.
season?
Yeah,
Like an entirely new season. That would be amazing.
let's invent one.
We can talk about it next week on things we like.
Cool.
Oh yeah, because we've got to go and do that thing. The thing.
Yeah.
So, if you really want to get in touch with us, and we really want you to, even though we might just moan at you about stuff, what's our email address?
Our email address is thingswelike@thepeoplesbeard.co.uk.
Is it?
It is, yeah, it totally is.
Jesus. And you can get in touch with us on Twitter at _things_we_like, and the things has a capital T.
What do you think of that?
What do I think of that? I'm not sure what I think of that. It's kind of made me feel different inside.
Good.
So come back next week when everything's going to be lovely and rainbows.
And we'll have our new season.
We'll have our new season that we're going to invent. I don't know, I don't think it should come between September and... I'm thinking like a new season.
Think about it later. Let's move on.
Alright, okay, so I've been Jim.
I've been Jan.
I've been Alf.
I've been Dan.
I've been Dave.
And we will be these people forever.
Bye.
And we will be these people forever. Music.